she's emphasizing this toughness again. I'm not sure why. Let me see what this is. Usually they'll talk about their passing. She's kind of going around this a little bit.
Yeah, because this is a very gray area.
Yeah, this is interesting with this one. She's going back and forth with her death. So let me see what this is. Karma is acknowledging alone. She's talking about a house. She's basically placing me in a house, and she's placing me in a house alone.
That's where she died, alone.
Wow. She had always said that, like, I'm never gonna go, even if something were wrong, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. I'm not gonna die in the hospital. She would have wanted...
an Irish woman.
Exactly, but she didn't want to have to go through that process, and she passed away alone at home. And she's okay with this.
She's okay.
It's like, I'm fine with this. I didn't need people around me.
Oh my gosh.
So please note, her message to Mom is like,
she was
let
good.
This go. I'm good. It's fine. No one could have expected this.
Oh my God.
So please know that.
I'm trying to be, like, strong, you know?
Yeah,
I'm trying to be like her right now. Oh, my.
So this is kind of weird. I don't know how to really explain this.
Yeah.
She doesn't come through knowing what killed her. She is basically acknowledging she went to sleep and didn't wake up.
Yes.
And that is what she always wished for if she were going to have to pass.
Right.
And she told people, if there's any way I'd like to have it, I'd like to just go to sleep and not wake up.
Yeah.
And she's so happy, from her perspective, that ultimately is how she went, because there was no pain, there was no suffering.
Right.
She just passed in her sleep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they found her in bed.
And honestly, this is the first time I've done a reading where they've came through and been like, I don't know how I passed, and I'm fine with it.
Wow, this is amazing.
Okay, so let's see what we get. Wow, okay, we have a very active group coming through.
To me?
To you.
I'm a popular girl. Wow.
And if there's other people listening in the room, it could be a popular group.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And some of these will have relevance to you, and others might connect to them, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Okay. A woman just barged in through all of your relatives. It's so cute. And the way that I kind of view her is she comes in very strongly as like a motherly type of a feeling to me. Mom would have a susceptibility to some feminine-related stuff. Sometimes can reference to like ovarian, uterine, cervical, or breast-related issues at all.
Not really, no.
Okay.
You guys, my mom died of ovarian cancer.
Oh, God. The thing is that I have to reference is there's an acknowledgement of me seeing doctor's visits and meeting all these references. And then I wonder. But then I got a reference to dual treatment. Give me one sec. 2 treatments, and then one doesn't work. But I'm not...
She had 2 treatments.
There is a reference of starting one medication, and there's a feeling of like, I don't want there to be any sadness about the fact that if we tried this new thing, it wouldn't have made a difference. There's a feeling of like, I was going to pass away.
Are you sure it's connected to me?
Let me see.
So I almost feel like, I think one of my girlfriends in the other room might...
What would this be?
She was going for a clinical trial.
But at the same time, there's a reference to a decision of either treating this either at home or treating this in a hospital. And there's an acknowledgement of there not wanting to be any guilt about the fact that we have to go to a hospital. And there's an acknowledgement of this because I feel like one of the main things that would have been expressed is like, I don't want to pass away in a hospital. But there's a feeling of like, I'm ultimately at peace with how this went.
She wanted to go home. She ended up in hospice in the hospital.
This is interesting. It's not family. Yeah. I have this individual that's coming through that's giving me a feeling basically passing away at a time frame in which one would view from the outside perspective as being like someone's peak of life, in a time frame where someone should be really at like a good point. The feeling on from an age perspective is my life gets taken away from me, but the feeling is like cut short, take it away. There's a feeling of like, in the way this is kind of coming across, I'm snapping my fingers, which indicates like a quickness or a fast passing, but the feeling is an acknowledgement of dying too soon. Do you know, I have to reference this, the month of September, and then I have to acknowledge seeing balloons. Do you know of any September birthdays?
Oh, gosh. September birthdays. More October stuff.
This younger person. This is popping in.
Whoa. Whoa.
Do tell.
Whoa. You said that September birthday?
September birthday.
Is young?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the feeling was younger. And this is coming through as a female, not a male.
Yeah.
There is a... Oh, let me look and see that.
How would this person know me, though?
The feeling that comes across, this is interesting, it's not coming through his family. It's not a family member.
No.
In the way that this is connecting. They're like, friend, acquaintance, it's just popping in. There's this feeling of being distanced, but it's coming across in a way that is almost like I didn't get to kind of say what I wanted to say to kind of solidify the relationship, to say what terms we're on. The feeling is like, we don't really have that catch up or that feeling of like...
Definitely.
Yeah, and so there wasn't really an opportunity to say
There was no goodbye.
Right.
There was no goodbye.
And that fits. She's interrupting me. Give me one sec. There's a reference to what looks like Ellie or Lily. I'm looking at what looks like E and then L and then L and then E is kind of the only way that I would be able to describe it.
Come on, man.
Seriously.
You messing with me, dog.
No, not the slightest.
You messing with me, dog.
No.
Come on.
No, that's what's coming through. Who is that?
No Google.
No Google.
This is just...
This is embarrassing. I don't even recognize you.
Don't worry about that part. We'll talk about that later. It gives me joy you don't know who I am. It gives me joy. Okay, you're talking about Michelle Thomas.
Okay.
She was my old co-star for Family Matters.
Right.
And she died of stomach cancer. Quickly.
I'm sorry. So there's a strong emphasis between these two, this man and this woman, and they come through as a single unit. Usually it means that like these two people would have been so close in life that their relationship and the way that they would come through would be like one person.
This is gonna get emotional, dude.
And the question has been, are they together, are they together, are they together? And he's, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, yeah. It's okay. I'm sorry.
I just am having like an out-of-body experience. I feel like I just can't believe you.
I understand, it's a lot to take in. But I want you to know that they're both coming through totally at ease and completely calm and at peace. And that's people's priority, so please know that.
Okay.
So what was his name and what was her name?
Hector and Debbie.
Nice.
They were very close family friends. Their son is like my brother.
Well, that's the thing. Family is family. So
Yeah.
is what we make it. Thank you. These two people. How old were they when they passed?
They were both, one was in their 70s, one was in their 50s.
They're placing themselves away from other family, not around people that we're close to at the time of passing almost. The feeling is like
They were alone.
That's a weird situation.
It's a weird situation.
It's like, really quickly, do you know who they were giving money to? Because this is so weird.
I just hate you.
They would have been either loaning or giving, to some extent, like money. And the feeling is like this person just keeps taking and taking and taking, and they do not know when to stop taking this money.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is just not a sense of full resolve with this person, but it had to have been for so much more than just like money. It's more than that. They're just bringing up this very toxic person. This person was very manipulative as well, and knew exactly what to say and how to say it to get these things. I have this blank notepad, I have this pen, and what I do is I just scribble. It's the way that I connect. Now, sometimes I do ask people to bring an object. It kind of opens me up to whoever happens to be around, whoever happens to come through.
I brought a pair.
Awesome, I like theirs.
I always get scared it's gonna like move.
Oh, probably not. I mean, the eyes are a little...
It's creepy,
Sure, yeah.
but it's meaningful.
Cool, okay. I'm just gonna bring through whoever happens to pop in.
Okay.
So we'll see. Okay. No pressure, Tyler. All right. Okay, I have him. We already have some people kind of popping in already. As
Do you see them? Like, are they
It's-
looking?
it's
Wait,
interesting.
Do you see it, or I don't get it?
Mentally. So it's actually not like they're floating around here, watching a shower or anything
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But when I connect to this, there's a man that's popping in that's referencing to the fact that he feels as though he actually passed away middle-aged. So usually when I look at that, middle-aged, like 50, around that kind of time frame.
Okay.
That's what I would see with that. And as he's coming through, he's making a direct connection to your mother, of all people. So I think I'm inclined to go on that side of the family. When I'm looking at this, before I got here, I was kind of getting the impression of maybe like mother's brother or some form of connection with this, but would...
Stop.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm looking at that, there's a reference for him of a couple things. He's very, very sweet, but he's joking about the fact that a mustache that people used to joke and be like, you need to shave that thing.
Stop!
But he refused
My
to get
God.
rid of it. Is that correct?
Stop!
He's like wanting to talk 100 miles an hour. When I'm connecting to him and referencing to his passing, the feeling is not wanting to be kept alive artificially.
Yeah, my grandpa Bob was in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, but then he chose
Right.
just to let me go, don't give me any medicine.
He immediately is having me want to talk about a very close connection to your child in the way this comes across. There is an acknowledgement when it comes to the birth. There's a reference to the actual placement of the child. And I don't feel like the child is actually placed in like the right way. Not significant.
She's breached.
Okay. The joke, the reference, he's showing me you, and he's joking about a headstand. I don't know what this is.
Oh, I was doing that the other night.
Making fun of you.
Oh my
about
God.
it.
So I was trying to get her to turn around. So I thought if I go upside down, off and on, it might help.
That's funny.
I don't know.
I love it because he's joking about, I'm saying, it's the weirdest vision of you doing a headstand. He's like joking about it.
So I was being watched.
Yes, you were being monitored.
So is he kind of watching over her too?
Absolutely, very much so. He has just as much of a connection.
Yeah.
Because I believe that they're together.
No one knows about that my baby was breached. I literally just found out at the doctor's yesterday, and the fact that I was trying to go upside down, trying to get the baby to move, who would have known that?